Ielts card question. Describe a time when you lost your way. I'd like to share an experience when I got lost while hiking in the mountains during a solo trip last summer. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I decided to explore a new trail in a remote area I hadn't been to before. I had a basic map and my smartphone with a GPS app, which I thought would be sufficient to guide me. The trail began as a well-marked path, and I was excited to be surrounded by the serene beauty of nature. However, as I hiked deeper into the forest, the trail became less distinct, and the dense foliage made it challenging to see any markers. I continued to rely on my smartphone's GPS, but the signal became weaker as I ventured further into the wilderness. Soon, I found myself at a crossroads with no clear indication of which path to take. I made what I thought was an educated guess and continued along one of the trails. As I walked for what seemed like hours, the forest seemed to close in around me, and I began to feel a growing sense of unease. I realized that I was completely lost, with no recognizable landmarks in sight, and my phone had lost all GPS connectivity. At this point, panic started to set in, and I knew I needed to regain my composure. I decided to retrace my steps back to the last point where I was sure of my location. After some time, I managed to find that spot, and from there, I carefully retraced my route to the point where I had made the wrong turn. It was a huge relief to find my way back to the correct trail, and I continued my hike, this time much more cautiously. I eventually reached a summit with breathtaking views, making the initial confusion and fear worth it. This experience taught me the importance of being well prepared before embarking on any outdoor adventure. Since then, I've become more diligent about studying maps, carrying physical compasses, and ensuring I have a backup power source for my phone when exploring unfamiliar places. It was a valuable lesson in both navigation and staying composed in challenging situations.